Kuzangpo and welcome to Bhutan This Week, our weekly news magazine where we take a look at the week gone by. I'm Tenzin Rapke. Our top stories this week. His Holiness the Jekempo graced the groundbreaking ceremony for the reconstruction of Paga Gimba in Chuka. The People's Democratic Party announced the portfolios for the new cabinet ministers and the nominees for the National Assembly Speaker and Deputy Speaker. And a royal decree was issued by His Majesty the King, allowing graduates registered with political parties to register for the BCSE. Here are the details. His Holiness the Jekempo graced the groundbreaking ceremony for the reconstruction of Paga Gimba in Chuka on Wednesday. The three-storied Gimba was razed by a fire last year.
The groundbreaking ceremony was attended by the officials from Chuka Dzongkak. The devotees from the community also gathered to receive blessings from His Holiness the Jekempo. Once the budget is approved, the new Gimba will be restored with the same design as the earlier one. However, the Gimba will be brought down to two-storied for disaster-resilient reasons. The Gimba, founded by Lamkinga Jamso, was handed over to the Drasang by the public last year. Currently, the Gimba has 25 monks and 3 teachers, including the Lam. Pematsuki for BBS News.
The People's Democratic Party announced the portfolios for the new cabinet ministers and the nominees for the National Assembly Speaker and Deputy Speaker. Pematsuki reports.
The People's Democratic Party has finally come up with the list of the ministers, speaker and the deputy speaker. Rizin Doji from Shompangka constituency in Sarpang has been chosen as the foreign minister. Namgye Doji from Dakten Langtal in Tongsa is the finance minister. Novawangchu from Kanglum Samkar Uzrong in Tashikang will be heading the Ministry of Economic Affairs. Damchu Doji from Khatelai in Gaza, who was earlier touted as supposed foreign minister, is instead the home minister. The ministerial portfolio for the Ministry of Information and Communication goes to D.N. Drungel from Pinsopelri Samsi constituency in Samsi. The Agriculture Ministry will be headed by Ishidoji from Membi Tsenkar from Hinti. Labour and Human Resources Minister is Nima Sangit Sempo from Hamoy Shinka Tashiding constituency under Dagana. The first ever woman minister is Doji Churan from Trimshing constituency in Tashikang. She will be heading the Works and Human Settlement Minister. Tanin Wangchu from Atang Teso under Wang Forang has been chosen as the Health Minister. Mimbu Dukpa from Deotang Gomdar in Samdajonkar will head the Education Ministry. Jimmy Zangpur from Mongar constituency is the speaker, and Chimidoji from Limpuka Tewang constituency in Punakha has been chosen as the deputy speaker. Pematsuki for BBS News.
The elected members to the National Assembly received their certificates of election last Friday. The certificate awarding ceremony was held at the office of the Election Commission of Bhutan.
Certificates were awarded by the Chief Election Commissioner to the 32 members elect to the Parliament from the People's Democratic Party. PDP's Jimmy Zangpo, an MP-elect from Mongar, could not make it due to bad road conditions. Drukpensum Tsokpa had sent a representative to receive the certificates on behalf of its members-elect. He explained that the Deputy MPs-elect could not make it to the ceremony because they were at DPT's party convention.
Members-elect of the Drukpensum Tsokpa from the General Assembly elections would have wanted to be here, but because of the clash of a very important meeting we are having today, the National Party Convention, which has been called on after the general elections, to mainly in a sort of way to subdue and to calm the supporters of the Drukpensum Tsokpa down with the outcome of the elections. We are having the party elections, and more importantly, yesterday we had the executive committee meeting based on which we have made certain decisions which we will be informing the supporters of Drukpensum Tsokpa today at the National Party Convention. As much as the members-elect of Drukpensum Tsokpa would have wanted to be here at the Election Commission of Bhutan, the members-elect felt that it was important for them to be there for their supporters and to try and ease the situation at which we are at here at the moment.
A royal decree was issued by His Majesty the King, allowing graduates registered with political parties to register for the Bhutan Civil Service examinations. As per the Bhutan Civil Service Rules and Regulations 2012, they were not allowed to register for the examinations.
The Bhutan Civil Service Rules and Regulations 2012 states that a candidate shall not be eligible to appear for the BCSE if they have participated in politics and not completed the required cooling period of 3 years. However, talking to the graduates who were registered with the parties, they said they were unaware of such rules and neither the parties were aware about it. They added there should be advocacies on such rules by the relevant agencies. Graduates also said such rules might deter youth in taking part in the democratic process. Commissioner Pritiman Pradhan from Royal Civil Service Commission said, in order to avoid such incidents in the future, advocacy and awareness programs will be conducted. He also said the waiver of the 3-year cooling period is applicable only to the graduates who are appearing for civil service examination this year. The waiver applies only to graduates who registered themselves as members of the political parties. While for those who contested as candidates for the political parties, the cooling period will remain as 3 years only. RCSC has also advised the graduates to immediately deregister themselves from the political parties they were affiliated with. With the royal decree issued, the RCSC extended the registration for the BCSE until the midnight of 30th July from the initial deadline of 23rd July. Sharab Zangmo for BBS News.
Classes in shift system at the Pinseling Lower Secondary School took place for more than a decade. It has finally been put to an end. This was made possible with the opening of another lower secondary school in the town. The shift system was practiced due to limited classrooms and an increasing number of students in the school.
The new school, Sonamgang Lower Secondary School, where the academic sessions began since yesterday, has 26 sections accommodating about 1,000 students. According to Cheong Rinzin, the principal of Finzoling Lower Secondary School, previously, due to shift system, teacher-student interaction time was limited to 5 to 6 hours in a day. This, he said, hampered in imparting wholesome education. But now, teachers will get at least 8 hours to interact with the students. One of the vice principals of the new school said, with the students divided between the two schools, students can now have time for co-curricular activities. A student who spoke on behalf of her schoolmates said, with the new school, the students can look forward to better and diverse learning environment and opportunities.
Until this day, due to lack of classrooms, we had to follow shift system. Therefore, we couldn't perform as per our expectations. But now with the new school and better facilities, we hope to study hard and perform better.
And parents were equally happy with the opening of the new school.
It has now become convenient. We don't have to wake up early and also we will get time to attend to other household chores. During shift system, our children were not able to wake up early or study properly, but now at least they will get some time to study.
According to officials, though the construction of the school was planned and proposed since the 9th five-year plan, the work started only in 2010. The proposal got deferred due to lack of space for the construction. The school was constructed at a cost of about 68.3 million giltram. From Finzoling, Sonamongdi, PBS News.
Unlike in the past, the Institute of Zorik Chusum in Tashiangtsi has quite a number of female trainees.
A few years back, there were hardly any female trainees in the Institute of Zorik Chusum in Tashiangtsi. But today, if you look around the campus, you'll be surprised to see more women. What made the institute so appealing to the trainees? This is what they had to say.
Before we used to think that whatever work a man can do, women could not. But now we have changed our perception. Any manual work which a man can do, we can also do. At times, women can prove better.
Our country is now developing and still very few women take up manual jobs. So I took silver and goldsmith course. Whatever a man can do, we can as well.
A trainer at the institute, Chimi Wangchuk, also said the institute has a more number of women trainees now. We can now see more women joining the institute, and that's probably because there is more competition in the job market. And since Zorik Chusum graduates are doing better, we see more female trainees pouring in. The institute offers courses like sculpture, painting, gold and silversmith, woodcraft, and embroidery and tailoring. Currently, there are more than 170 trainees and about 25 teachers, including non-teaching staff in the institute. The Ministry of Labour and Human Resources established the institute in the year 1997. Compiled for Cheche, Tandin Finso, BBS News.
The commercial sale of vegetables grown by Bhutanese farmers in the east has been going on for more than a year now. The sale and price was negotiated between the sellers and buyers themselves, and that needed connections. For some farmers, it proved difficult. Now the vegetables are sold through an open auction, and farmers don't need to worry about selling their produce.
Formal vegetable auctioning for the East was launched in Samrupjongkar FCB this morning. Bhutanese farmers who came to sell their vegetables said they are encouraged by the interest shown by buyers who come mostly from across the border in India. The auction saw some 10 varieties of fresh vegetables, and Bhutanese farmers were more than happy to get a good price.
If a kilogram of radish can fetch 11 multram like today, our farmers will be interested to grow more, and on top of that, we came with our vegetable last night and we did not face any problem in storing our produce here. There is support from the government and authorities here, so we are very happy.
The story is no different with the buyers who were impressed with the Bhutanese vegetables.
Yes, we will come every time to buy vegetables here. Today I will buy cabbage, cauliflower and beans if we come to agree with price.
Price of vegetables is good for both the sellers and buyers, and there is no loss for both parties. The support that we get from the government is good. If we do it ourselves, it will be difficult. I am happy with what we are getting today.
Today's auction sold some 140 bags of cabbage and 24 bags of radish, along with broccoli, chili, beans and carrots. Local vegetable vendors also took part in the auction. Officials said the auction will be held every Saturday. Compiled for Kinzangishe, Sonomongdi for BBS News.
People travelling along the Thimphu-Punakha highway can now enjoy corn roasted on corn roasters. It was all possible after the Agriculture Machinery Centre in Paro came up with the innovation.
This is how the corns will be roasted from now on, from smoke-filled open fire to corn roasters. 9 corns can be roasted at once, and it takes about 10 minutes before it is served. The concept is similar to Bukhari, but the corns have no direct contact with the fire, and there is also no smell of smoke on the corns.
The corns can be roasted faster. It is clean and the consumption of firewood is less compared to the ordinary roasting in the open fire.
It was first tested in Samtsi by the Agriculture Machinery Centre in Paro. Now it is being tested along the Thimphu-Punakha highway. And the new innovation was widely welcomed by the farmers who are in the business. Farmers in Tilegang said more people are into the corn business as it is profitable. If it is successful, more and more corn roasters will be manufactured for the farmers. A corn roaster will cost 5,800 nultram. Compiled for Kinzangtile, Tanin Finso, BBS News.
The much-awaited Kings Cup began in Thimphu last Saturday. The first match was played between Yidzin FC and Arambagh Krira Sangha from Bangladesh. Yidzin FC won the match with 1-0. A total of 9 teams from Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal and India are participating in the tournament.
A lot of the Arambagh players were claiming...
The Kings Cup has created immense excitement. 9 football teams from Bhutan, Bangladesh, India and Nepal have all played at least once in the league. There has been no dearth of fans at the Changlimitang Stadium as well, although there have been complaints that the tickets are too expensive.
The Changlimitang Stadium was built to accommodate as many as 10,000 people. The Kings Cup's highest turnout in the last 6 matches was about 1,700 only. The lowest turnout so far has been recorded at 800. The price of tickets may have been a deterrent to many football fans, as we gathered while talking to some at the stadium.
The price of the ticket is really expensive for a common people like us. It would be better if it would be lower than that. It's 150. If it was below than 100, then it would be better for us.
I think it's a bit expensive for the average Bhutanese.
It's too much, and I think like people like us, we cannot afford.
User Events, the main organizer of the Kings Cup, says they have arranged ticket prices with affordability in mind. Kinsang Wangdi of User Events shared with BBS that they really have not considered a profit from this venture.
We want to make it as affordable as possible. But since this time we are spending almost 8.7 million, so we have no financial assistance from government or any other NGOs, except like we have like few partners. It hardly comes out around 2-3 lakhs maximum. So our idea, like our motive, just for especially this cup, is at least 50% if we can recover our costs through ticketing.
But due to the increasing number of students coming to watch the matches, User Events has decided to have student discounts. Tickets for students will now cost 15 Yultrum. With 12 more matches till the finals, one can only wait and see if tickets really influence the turnout at the Changlimitang Stadium or if the price will be trumped by one's love for football. Namgizam for BBS.
Well, that was Bhutan This Week. Join us next Friday for yet another edition. Until then, this is Tenzin Rabki saying bye-bye and have a great weekend.